I've started seeing this pattern with my life and with my emotions, and it's kind of roller coaster pattern. Up and down, up and down, up and down. Very rarely is it just like running on an even keel. And the problem, I think, is that the highs are never enough and the lows are always too much. So I feel like what I need to attempt to do is just level things out more consistently, to reduce the highs down and to kind of level out the lows. And that, might sound a bit sad because it's, you want highs in life, don't you? You want the excitement. But the problem with those is even if when you come down off that high, you're just returning to where you were previously, comparatively it feels quite low. So I have these points where it's like, oh, a video's done well, and then the next video hasn't done as well. Or, I've made lots of videos this week and now I haven't made quite as many videos. It's this constant peak and trough. And I don't think it's particularly healthy for me, because the lows just, sometimes feel so low. And I'm looking at it going, there's nothing really for me to be upset about here. There's nothing, there's nothing really to be disappointed in. I think sometimes I'm disappointed for the right reasons. I'm kind of disappointed in myself because I'm not pushing myself, or I'm disappointed in myself because I'm not achieving as much as I want to achieve. And sometimes I'm disappointed in myself for nothing. I'm disappointed in myself because a video didn't get the performance I wanted it to do, or a video didn't, impress a brand like I thought it would. But I have no fucking control over that. I have no control over really whether a video does well on YouTube. I can put things in place to try and make sure the performance of that video is everything it can be, but I've got no control over, how this is treated by an algorithm. And that's what I really need to detach myself from. Like, I need to get consistency in terms of creative output, but sometimes, I'm not going to output as much as I did the previous week, I guess. So everything I'm doing or not doing is an attempt to kind of level out those highs and lows. Really, it doesn't. I don't want to be Spock and be like, emotionless and pure logic, but I also don't want to have these kind of manic phases of, oh my God, everything's amazing, this is so great, isn't it good, blah, blah, blah. That's the feeling inside, followed by, oh, it's shit, isn't it, actually, it's not as good, and now I'm really disappointed again. I thought this was the turning point, but it's not the turning point. And I'm sure lots of people get that. I'm sure lots of people with creative endeavours, think they've hit a turning point. And they think this is the point at which, everything becomes easy and the work flows in and the output gets recognised for what you want it to be recognised for. And maybe they kind of sit back and relax and wait for that stuff to roll in, and maybe it's those things that are that should be the turning point, or they think the turning point is, that the actual cause of it not being the turning point, because you relax, you sit back, you put all this hard work to reach a specific point, you get there, you get some recognition, or you have something do well, and then suddenly you sit back. Well, actually, we don't have time to sit back, do we? There is no growth in comfort. I said this to someone the other day, and there's a couple of things that I try to live by in my life, right? That I've always had in my head from young, things that have probably been hardwired into me, probably by my dad more than anything. One is, if something was easy, it wouldn't be worth doing. Or if something is easy, then everyone would be doing it. And the other thing is, there's no growth in comfort. And what that means is success is not going to come from the comfort of your bed. It's not going to come back while you're lying. It's not going to come to you whilst you're lying, comfortable and warm, without any strain or stress. Success and growth and betterment comes just outside of your comfort zone, just where you feel stretched. There's it's always described to me as there's things that are difficult, easy, and there are things that are difficult. Let me try and explain this as best as I can. So the difficult, easy stuff is stuff that's difficult, certainly from the outside, but you understand it and you know how to deal with that difficulty. So for me, that might be public speaking, for example. For me, that's difficult, easy. I know I can stand up on stage in front of people and talk on almost any subject with very little knowledge, because it's a bit of a blag for me. Difficult for me would be walking up to an individual in public and saying, hey, can we film a video for my TikTok? That would be difficult for me. So difficult, easy is the stuff that is, isn't easy, but is understood by you and that you can push yourself to do. The difficult stuff is the stuff that it really just pushes you well out of your comfort zone and genuinely kind of puts you on the edge of your anxiety. And I need to be doing more difficult stuff, for sure. And I need to stop getting so caught up in shiny objects, things that distract me and things that, lure me in, and like this false excitement of a video getting this many views or that many views or whatever. I need to be more comfortable in the space of going, this is not about the views, this is not about anything but the output. And there's areas where I really need to push forward again. I seem to struggle with balance in all areas. I just talked about this roller coaster of emotions, where it's like at one point I'll be super high and frenetic and excited and obsessive, and the next moment I feel quite low and I don't want to do any work whatsoever. I don't want to fucking make a single video. I don't want to talk to anyone. I'm having to convince myself to get off my arse and do something, rather than just sitting in a bath where I've been in there so long that there's definitely been a shift in ratio from water to urine. I have this proclivity towards laziness, I think, unless I'm in this obsessive state where I'm like, yes, and I'll outperform everyone, and I'll make more videos than everyone, and I'll produce better than everyone, and and people are like, I don't know how you find the time to do this, even full time. I don't know how you find the time to deliver all this work. You've gone over and above, you've done this, you've done that, and then sometimes I'll be like, right, I can't get out of bed. I can't fucking wash my socks. I can't achieve anything. Barely shower in the morning. So that needs to be evened out, right? I need consistency and quality, and I also need consistency in terms of my emotional state. And I need to push myself to do the difficult stuff more. And this is easier said than done, and I suppose the meditation, the good eating, the physical movement, all of that stuff is designed to help keep that even keel. And I do need to get consistency. Sorry, I'm going off piste here, but yeah, I need to get consistency. So, for example, for a year or so, TikTok was like, yeah, that's my platform. I was making 2-3 videos a day. And then, I was like, okay, this is, I find YouTube much more rewarding. And I feel like there's space for creativity there, and I feel like there's space for someone like me there. And, I started producing some videos that are doing well, and I'm like, yes, I'm going to put everything into this, but I've really let, TikTok as a platform wither away. If it wasn't for a couple of videos that have done very well on there, that would be very low numbers at the moment. But I've almost got a creative block with that short form content, where I'm like, what do I do? Because what I do here on YouTube is quite different, but also quite defined. There's some comedians, for example, where it's like, they can't do a 5-minute set. It has to be a 30-minute, an hour-long set. They've got this arc, and I love making the longer videos. And I'm trying to think now, with the shorter videos, what can I do that's adding value? Like, what can I do that's actually gonna, make a difference to the people watching it? I don't want to just make stuff for the sake of making it. It feels like death to me. That feels like, death of creativity. It feels like, it doesn't feel rewarding to produce. So this video fucking God knows what it's about, apart from me waffling, you know, by this secret lake that I found. I think I should just be really like finding secret places, because this place is where I do my walks regularly. But I've just kind of gone off the trail a little bit and found this beautiful little lake. So no one here. No one here. This is, I think this is what I need to do with my content, is I need to do what I do with these walks. And, you know, there's a well-trodden path with content. And I think what I need to do is just go off-piste a little bit, deviate from the path, and see if there's anything that only I can find. See if there's anything that only I can discover. You know, is there something out there that's like custom made for me, where I can sit in it and create from that space and really add value to people? And when people see it, they'll go, wow, this is different, this is unusual. I don't know if that's the case, but what I need to do is keep making stuff, and I can't allow myself to wallow in any kind of dissatisfaction, because I've got so much to be grateful for. The problem is we're constantly creating new normals, right? We're constantly creating new normals in terms of numbers of viewership, etc. And the problem with creating new normals is you go, well, I need more again, I need more again, I need more again, I need more again, I need more again. You're constantly trying to get more. And I don't think that's the answer. I don't think more is the answer. More is nice, but I don't know if it's the answer. There's never going to be enough to fill my hole. If I suddenly started getting 10,000 views a video, I promise you within a month I'll be like, well, I only got 8,000 on that one. So shit, isn't it? I promise you that would happen. So even out. We don't want a fucking roller coaster of emotions. We don't want a roller coaster of life. We want a nice, even, just maybe a little jitter in the line, but nothing that's like up and down so madly that, you know, you're going from ecstatic to suicidal. For clarity, that's not where I'm at, but you know, I don't want the ups and downs. I don't want to feel super low one day and super high the next day. I just want a nice, even keel. Look, if you guys have got any suggestions for, you know, how do you even that out? How do you flatten those ups and downs? How do you make that graph look a little bit more stable? Then let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I'd love to have you as part of the community. There is lots more content coming on YouTube. We're now streaming on YouTube, TikTok and Twitch at the same time, 5 PM, 7 PM every single day. That's going well. You know, I'm having fun there. I'm seeing more new people come in. Also Saturday morning from 8 AM to about 10, 11 AM, we do a kind of chilled stream across all those platforms. I have started writing a little short film, and I started very loosely say that I know what it is. It's quite a personal thing to write about, so I'm probably avoiding that for emotional reasons. So I'm gonna continue with that. I hope to shoot that, you know, in the next couple of months. There's lots of stuff coming. There's lots more to come. And yeah, I just, to be clear with these videos, I never want anyone to feel like this is, Charm's moping, look how sad he is. He's sad, he needs a cuddle. It's not that, it's just me talking openly about, you know, these are some of the things I experience as a creator, as a person. And my way of processing it is talking about it publicly, just putting my life on show, like an unsexy Kardashian, like a beige Kylie Jenner or something, you know, I don't know, just like an average Joe. That's this. Anyway, I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I'll see you on the next one.